There you are. I was waiting for you. Thank you for watching our First Alert live stream on this Thursday morning. It's Friday Eve. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Balon in the First Alert Weather Center. I hope you're having a good week. It is flying by, and there are some changes in the forecast that you need to know about, and we're going to go into that in just a second. But do you know what today is? Today is the statewide tornado drill. This happens every Thursday in Wisconsin Tornado and Severe Weather Awareness Week. You'll hear the tornado sirens twice today. They're going to go off at 1:45 this afternoon and 6:45 this evening. You know, and I remember years ago they just did it once, but then they added that evening drill. And I think that was such a great idea to add that, because the first drill, it's good to do with your coworkers. I mean, a lot of adults are at work. They are not with their families at 1:45 in the afternoon. And so it's a good time to, know where in your place of business you should go in the event of a tornado. And then 6:45, most people are home and perhaps sitting down at the dinner table with their family and little kids. And then that is when you practice that drill. You may hear the sirens go off. If you don't hear the sirens go off, don't be surprised, because tornado sirens, as helpful as they are, they really actually aren't designed to help people who are indoors, believe it or not. They're really more designed for people who are outside. So if you don't hear the tornado sirens go off at 1:45 and 6:45, it means either one of two things. Either one, your community or municipality is not participating in this, or two, the siren itself is too far away from your location. One or the other, it just depends. So you may hear the sirens go off, or you might hear a weather radio beep. If you have one of those no weather radios, I know that they aren't necessarily as popular as they were about a decade or two ago because of the use of cell phones, but they are still a wonderful way to get alerts from the National Weather Service, especially if you don't always have good cell coverage or if you're not on Wi-Fi. So they can be real lifesavers, especially at night when people are sleeping and you need that alternate way to get those alerts from the National Weather Service. So I still recommend having a no weather radio in your home if you can go ahead and make that purchase. But anywho, so yes, we have got those sirens going off today. And speaking of your cell phone, if you've got your cell phone, and if you're able to, depending on how you're watching this, you can scan the QR code, which just blew past us here on the screen. Let me go back here and really show it to you here. So this QR code, if you scan that with your phone or your tablet, if you're able to, depending on how you're watching us, that will be able to download our app. It's WBAY First Alert Weather, and that way when the Weather Service does put out tornado watches and warnings and other alerts, those get sent right to your device and give you a first alert on perhaps some dangerous weather heading your way. So it's good to have our app as we go into this upcoming season. And again, today is part of Tornado and Severe Weather Awareness Week across Wisconsin. It goes all the way through tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, I invite you to go to WBAY.com/sirens. And that's a gret webpage that has a lot of helpful information for families who are trying to keep safe during the severe weather season. Meteorologist Emily Mers is here right behind me, and she's doing some stuff, but she's well aware of all the things that people need to know to keep their families safe as we head into severe weather season. So a lot of preparation goes into it on our end, and a lot of preparation should go into it on your end as well. And by going to WBAY.com/sirens, you can definitely get a step ahead of severe weather, because we don't know exactly when it's going to show up. We know that we're heading into that season where it becomes more likely. Sometimes it happens without much warning, and we want to make sure that you and your family are safe and prepared. And of course, as we always say on the TV side, we're hoping that everybody is weather ready. All right, are you ready for more clouds? Well, we've got overcast skies in Appleton. At times I've seen some peekaboo sun, but not at the moment. Temperature is 37, wind chill is 31, east-southeast winds at 8 miles an hour. All right, I need to switch over to this graphic here. It is a look at the radar. There's First Alert Viper Max, and across central Wisconsin, there's some rain showers, some wet snowflakes maybe mixed in. They'll be drifting through Marshfield, Stevens Point into Waushara, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. They'll continue to track to the south and east as a little disturbance rotates around low pressure in the Great Lakes. This is light precipitation, which is expected to wind down over the next few hours, so that spotty chance of rain and or snow is going to be diminishing as we go into the afternoon. And we have seen some patchy sunshine this morning. There is some right now in the Green Bay area and over towards the lakeshore. I think you'll find some more of that as we go towards the latter half of the afternoon. Temperatures will still be a little bit on the cool side for the middle of April, but comfortably cool as long as you've got your jacket or your sweatshirt. We'll have a high temperature of 48 degrees. All right, see you around. Emily is heading off to a school visit. She's very busy today. Anyway, all right, so temperatures right now. Look at Green Bay, 40 degrees. Now I'm noticing Sister Bay, 47. How about that? You know, that's interesting. Normally I would expect it to be a little colder there this early in the morning, but I guess you're getting some sunshine, and I guess you're not necessarily getting that wind off the water. Well, it's interesting. But most folks are in the upper half of the 30s with 39 in Waupaca, 38 in Shawano, and 38 in Sheboygan. Some low to mid 30s across the Northwoods, 34 right now in Lakewood and in Iron Mountain. And here's a look at First Alert Pinpoint Predictor and the high temperatures we're expecting this afternoon. Mostly mid and upper 40s with a high of 50 in Shawano and also in Waupaca. So there are those rain and snow showers mainly to the southwest of the Fox Cities. They'll be kind of falling apart around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Around that same time, there may be some sprinkles across the Northwoods. But otherwise, you can see the clouds starting to break open a bit across eastern Wisconsin this afternoon. I would say a partly sunny sky at 5 p.m. and then as we head towards this evening, it'll be partly cloudy as this most recent weather maker moves out of the region. But let's talk about our next weather maker and give you a first alert on what to watch for early next week. 3 things, in fact. A few showers are possible on Sunday. There might be some thunder as well. But the biggest thing on the list is number 3, strong winds in the forecast for Monday. Strong enough where I've decided to make Monday a first alert weather day. Right now, Monday's severe weather outlook is low, but you see the upgrade sticker there? We just might go into the moderate category because the winds on Monday could be strong enough to cause some issues across the area. See, we've got a fast-moving front, a cold front that's going to be pushing in as we go towards the end of the weekend. It might spark a shower Sunday morning, but I think the rain chance is a little bit higher Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, and that's where maybe there's an isolated thunderstorm or two. Then the cold front comes through, and behind that boundary, west winds on Monday are going to be screaming in with gusts around 40 to 50 miles an hour. And so this is going to be one of those days on Monday where the trees are swaying around, driving on bridges and overpasses could be a white-knuckle drive, especially like the Leo Frigo Bridge, for example. I get it. It's pretty elevated, and the wind can be pretty strong, especially if you're driving a high-profile vehicle. That is no fun at all to drive in, especially when you're dealing with those kind of winds. These kind of winds can, maybe blow some shingles off your house, snap a couple tree branches, tip over some garbage cans. So again, Monday is a first alert weather day. We want to give you and your family the biggest heads up that we possibly can based on the latest weather information that we have here in the First Alert Weather Center. So there's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. We are looking at temperatures climbing into the upper 40s this afternoon, 48 in Green Bay, some sprinkles, some flurries. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of clouds with some patchy sunshine. And then as we go into Friday and into Saturday, we're going to find a little more sunshine. Temperatures will be warming up with the south breeze. Will be up to 54 on Friday, 61 on Saturday. Saturday looks like a real nice day. Aisha Morales was behind me, but she's probably out in the studio right now. She was highlighting in her First Alert traffic reports that Saturday might be a real nice day to get a car wash, especially if you have any of that lingering grime on your vehicle. Sunday, Monday, we drop back into the mid-upper 50s. As that front comes on through, we'll have a little more cloud cover. Showers, perhaps a thunderstorm at times on Sunday. And Monday could end with a shower or a light mix, but really, again, the big thing on Monday is going to be that wind, which has prompted that first alert weather day. All right, there you go. I hope that covers everything you need to know. So thank you for watching our first Alert live stream. Action 2 News Mid-Morning is coming up in about 15 minutes. Aisha will be back. She'll have some of the top news stories of the day, and I'll give you a fresh look at the weather as well. And we appreciate you tuning in and getting some information about the tornado sirens going off and the drill. And again, we all want people to be weather ready and prepared for the season ahead. So thanks in advance. And you know what, I got to tell you, I'll take a minute and I'm just kind of setting something up here on the computer. I want to take a minute before we wrap this up, and I kind of want to talk from the heart. We get on TV and we get on a live stream and, we tell people first alert, we want you to be prepared and all that stuff. And, the reason why we do that is because we care about you. We care about you. We care about your family. We care about society. We care about the people who live in our communities. And we're well aware that when there's dangerous weather that, lives, can be in jeopardy. People, their safety is possibly in danger. And, we're well aware of that. And we do worry about that. I worry about that. We're concerned about that. But when you and your family decide to be weather ready, that helps put me at ease a little bit because I know you're doing what you can to stay safe. And I know that means that you care about your family and you care about your kids. Your kids, if you got kids and they're little kids, they don't know how to be weather ready. They need you. They need you to be their advocate. They need you to be their champion. And when you decide to be weather ready with your family, especially when you got young kids, that helps to put me at ease because I don't have to worry quite as much. I mean, I'm still going to worry. When we have dangerous thunderstorms, when we have severe weather and tornadoes, I will worry. I will worry about our communities and whether there's going to be damage and whatnot. I will always be concerned about that, but I will not be as worried if I know that you are doing your part to be weather ready. And so if you are going to be weather ready today and moving forward into spring, that means more to me than you will ever realize. That means a lot. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being weather ready. Anyway, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching our live stream. Thanks for hearing me on my soapbox. Have a great day.